Streaming from the 22 News Broadcast Center. This is 22 News at 4 p.m. Digital Edition.
Hey, good Tuesday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresko. We have the warmth and we have the sun. We also have 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis joining us now for a look at traffic and weather. Hey, Brian.
Probably the brightest and warmest day of the week here this week, Nick, but it's not a total loss the rest of the way. And traffic right now seems to be okay. Up and down I-91, we're in pretty good shape. There's a backup on 291 in the usual spot at the 91 merge. The Pike seems to be in good shape as well. So, all things considered, pre-commute, traffic moving along fine. Look at that. We cracked 80 degrees at Greenfield, 79 now in Westfield, 77 Northampton, and 78 in Orange, mid-70s in the Berkshires. Clouds and radar. If you look outside, you can see the kind of that milky sky. We've got some very thin clouds overhead. That's kind of filtering out the sunshine, but fair weather continues, and we'll have a dry day here tomorrow, and then we start talking about some rain here for tomorrow night and Thursday. We'll update with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
The Hampden DA announced the dismantling of 3 major drug trafficking operations in and around the Springfield area. During a news conference this afternoon, DA Anthony Gallooni said the investigations led to dozens of arrests and the seizure of significant amounts of drugs and guns. One of the operations was allegedly being run out of Garcia's Market on Orange Street in the city. A second operation reportedly involved moving large amounts of cocaine between Hampden County and the Bronx. 22 News reporter Claire Overton attended today's news conference, and we will have a full breakdown on 22 News starting at 5 o'clock. The Karen Reed murder trial entered its 6th week today, with the prosecution set to call their final witness, a crash reconstruction expert. Dr. Judson Welcher took the stand this morning. He is a biochemical engineer who analyzes the impacts of crashes on the human body. Reed is accused of hitting her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, with her SUV and leaving him to die alone in the snow. The defense only called 6 witnesses during Reed's first trial, but they have said they expect to call many more this time around. The Trump administration is asking federal agencies to cancel remaining contracts with Harvard University worth about $100 million. A draft letter from the General Services Administration directs agencies to review contracts with the university and seek other vendors. The government already has canceled more than $2.6 billion in federal research grants for the Ivy League school, which has pushed back on the administration's demands for changes to several of its policies. Cuts to contracts could take away millions more from Harvard's budget. The Supreme Court declined to hear a Massachusetts student's challenge to his middle school's ban on him wearing a T-shirt with the slogan, "There are only 2 genders." School administrators pointed to the student dress code, which bars any hate speech or imagery, saying they were merely enforcing those requirements in order to avoid disruption in school. The students' lawyers argued the dress code's restrictions on speech are unconstitutional. Both a federal district court judge and the Boston-based First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled in favor of the school. We have some dry weather now, and of course the sunshine out there this afternoon. Midweek, though, could get a little dicey with some rain. Yeah, that's true. Most of that rain comes at night, but nonetheless, we're going gray from here on out for much of the rest of the week. Let's take a look right now. Clouds and radar showing the thin clouds overhead, but still fair weather and temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. We look ahead now, 22 News Storm Team Skycast. 5 o'clock here this afternoon. Some clouds around. I'm going to call it variable clouds here for tonight. There may be some occasional thinning of the clouds, but don't count on being able to see that many stars here overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. You can see our fair share of clouds here. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s. Partial sunshine here tomorrow. Little hole in the clouds at noontime, and then as we move through the day here, partly sunny to mostly cloudy, and then eventually, oh, by the way, high temperatures tomorrow, 74 to 78, and eventually tomorrow night we get into some rain. We'll talk about that in more detail on 22 News at 5. It's the last day to book a flight on Southwest Airlines without being hit with checked bag fees. The airline announced the change in March, saying that at the time that the new policy would start with flights booked on Wednesday. Southwest will be charging $35 for a first checked bag and $45 for a second. Weight and size limits will apply. And that's not the only change at the airline. The airline expects to begin operating flights with passengers in assigned seats next year. Well, Train is coming to the Big E. The Grammy Award-winning band will play the Big E Arena on Saturday, September 27th. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. Concert tickets include admission to the Big E on the day of the show. Also playing this year so far are Busta Rhymes and Rick Ross, Foreigner, and ZZ Top. The Big E runs from September 12th through the 28th. A British South African endurance swimmer has crossed the finish line of a roughly 60-mile swim around Martha's Vineyard. Lewis Pugh became the first person to swim all the way around the island. He swam for hours over 12 days in 47-degree weather, just as the white shark migration season began. His feat also marks the 50th anniversary of the movie Jaws. The 55-year-old swimmer says he's hoping to change public perception of the vulnerable animals. He did use a device that creates an electric field to keep the sharks away. Tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, continuing coverage of the dismantling of the drug trafficking operations in western Massachusetts. We'll take a closer look at what investigators seized. Plus, Education Secretary Patrick Tutwiler visited Massachusetts today to hear from local administrators about the funding challenges they are facing. And hey, some good news, Brian. The local asparagus season is underway. We'll hear how this year's crop is shaping up.
Got some asparagus in my dinner tonight, for that matter. Let's take a look at traffic real quickly here before we go. A little bit of a slowdown at 291 at the 91 merge, and there seems to be some slower traffic in Long Meadow, right along the Long Meadow-Springfield line on I-91 northbound. Otherwise, I believe we're in pretty good shape. We'll update when the rain arrives this week on 22 News at 5.
Updates anytime at wwlp.com, the free 22 News app, and the 22 News Plus app, where you can watch our newscasts live and for free at any time. We'll see you tonight starting at 5.